out on the market. We have a tendency to, we see them advertised on TV and we see all kinds of positive things. We hear people saying, oh, well, that works for me, so we try it. Not necessarily the best approach. Everybody's body is different, and she mentions that, As we go on in life, especially as we get older, body changes take place. And when they do take place, it's different from one person to another. So one medication does not fit all, And I know antacids are popular. They're across the counter. They take away that little bit of indigestion or a little bit of that burning. But if you're on any kind of medication, you should be watching the amount of antacid that you take. Okay, whether it's prescribed or not. Okay. Anybody have questions about B12? Yeah. Yeah, B12 is a. Oh, I'm sorry. This lady was on B12 for a while, and then her doctor took her off of it because it wasn't necessary. Okay? Probably because your eating changed or something, and you were able to get back into making B12 with, the food that you get. Okay? Yeah?
Is there a difference between the B12 that we put under the tongue and the one that we chew?
B12, if it's in that format, probably not that much. But usually B12 is given, you get it through food, or you can get a supplement orally like that, yeah. See, what happens is, we'll see that a little bit later on, the main sources of B12 are your animal proteins. So people that are strict vegetarian have to have a supplement of B12. Okay? Yeah?
Should people go out and buy B12 vitamin supplements without a doctor's prescription?
I would certainly not encourage that. I wouldn't do that because, I guess the adage more is not necessarily better is what I would apply here. If you have a need for it, your doctor will prescribe it. It's one of the oldest, problems that we have as we age. And most doctors, if you're followed by a doctor, obviously you would have had a test. It's a very simple blood test. He probably did it without you even knowing it. When you get your hemoglobin, your white count, and your glucose and everything, they usually include a B12 at least once a year. But, as we grow older, and necessarily our health is our responsibility. We can no longer rely on, I'm going to age myself here, but refer to that part where, Dr. Welby, don't worry, I'll take care of it. There's no more of that. We have to become responsible advocates for ourselves. And this is one way of doing it, and I congratulate you people for being here because you're picking up some information. I guarantee you will go home with something that you picked up today. Okay? So as far as adding, a B12 supplement, I would certainly go through the doctor. Does that answer your question, sir? Okay. All right? Yes?
You did say also that people should eat 6 times a day.
Yeah.
Would you
Clarify?
a little bit? Is that 6 meals a day?
Oh, it's...
Or a piece of cheese 6 times a day?
I wish I could say it's party, but it isn't. No, it's a way of breaking it down. Yeah, and we'll get into that. Okay? Any other questions? Yes?
Is there any danger of having too much B12?
Well, the question is there any danger of having too much B12? B12 is considered what they call the intrinsic factor, okay? And the thing is, you have an intrinsic factor, and then you get your B12, which is your extrinsic factor. And together, they are what help you stay healthy, okay? Can you get too much? That's my fear with getting a supplement. If you don't know what your level is in your blood, then you shouldn't go on taking B12 unless you were told. If somebody says to you, for example, they had a blood test and the B12 was low. The doctor says, this is what you have to do. It's either by injection or it's oral. You can go ahead and take it. He normally or she normally would take a control blood test afterwards to see if it's gone up or if it's still going down, okay? In that case, if you move and you go to live in Toronto or something, and you continue on this medication, you have no control on what the results are. So you should not take it for any long period of time without a control blood test. So that's how you would know if you are getting too much. Okay? But those are things that are, it's not a vitamin that washes out in the kidneys, okay? Most of our vitamins do, and it's just that those you don't want to fool around with, okay? The B vitamins are very important. You need them. They're essential, as Dorothy Moffat says, they're essential for nervous system maintenance and repair and development. So, you need it, but as I say, more is not necessarily better. Okay? Any more questions?